Well, I think it just, he groomed me early on, kind of got me ready for all this stuff. In the recruiting process, he didn't think I'd be this big. He knew I was going to be, pretty good, okay. But he didn't know that I'd, be starting for Alabama as a freshman. That was nowhere in either of our minds. But everything happens for a reason, so.
One more thing, you talked to us the other day about the rides home you used to have with your dad, and that was kind of time to talk about football. When you got home, football's that sort of ended. What were those? Tell me again what those rides were like going home, and kind of what y'all talked about, and kind of how that.
We wasn't always just football. We talked about girls, schoolwork, whatever it may be. What we're gonna get for dinner. I know on Tuesdays we always stop and get Popeyes because I like Popeyes, but we just had a special relationship that'll never be broken.
You need to get an endorsement from Popeyes. You've been hitting them good this week. So. Thanks, man.
Hey, Jeff York with CNN.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What has Coach said about the challenge that Washington is going to present to you guys?
Just their ball hawk mentality, their speed, and the turnovers they create. With the turnovers, we have to do a great job of executing our game plan. And if we execute, there shouldn't be any turnovers. If we handle our business, we should be all right.
How do you guys handle your business?
By executing.
So what's it going to take? I know it's sometimes hard to not want to look ahead. What's it going to take to focus in and dial in on this game?
We're not worried about what happens after this game. We're worried about Saturday and Saturday only. So that's the only thing on everybody's mind.
Is there anything on the film that you've seen, on Washington that's kind of surprised you?
No, the film doesn't lie. They're really good. So, like I said, we'll have our hands full.
And then, you guys were just here in the SEC championship. Is there a feeling of home field advantage at all here?
No, I haven't really thought about it that way. I'm sure their crowd will travel. How deep, I'm not sure, but that's an external factor as well. It's a neutral site, so we just have to go out and play. Everybody will be there.
What would it mean to win and advance?
It'll mean a lot. To get the opportunity to play for a national championship, that'll be very special, but I think we need to take it one step at a time. Try and win this game and see what happens.
Not counting the SEC championship, when's the last time you played for a title?
Like back in Little League, I think.
Really?
When you talk football, back in Little League. When you talk baseball, that was Little League. Track, that was high school, but not too recent.
So it's been a while since you've
It's been a while.
played something like this.
It's been a while since I've won one. We won one, but in the SEC championship not too long ago. But before that, it's been a minute.
What have your teammates told you about what it's going to be like to play in this game?
They haven't really told me much. They haven't told me much for some reason. I don't know why, but I guess that just shows the confidence they have in me, and they think I'll be all right.
Just another big game.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Jalen, Ole Miss coach Hugh Freeze the other day in an article said he doesn't think that you can beat a team with your arm. Any thoughts on that comment?
That's his opinion. I can't change how he feels, but I'm just gonna try my best to execute our plan this Saturday.
Does it surprise you that he would say that, particularly the way you played, especially in the second half of that game?
No, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. His opinion has nothing to do with, it's not gonna change how I feel, or how I feel is not gonna change how he feels. That's his opinion. I only respect it.
How much confidence do you have in your arm?
Like I said earlier, I never put limitations on my game. I'll never say I can't do something, because I think I have the ability to do it all, but I mean, that all can be showed on the field, and that's where it should be showed.
How helpful has the last month been for you since you were last in here in the SEC championship game, just in the practice and film study and meetings, in getting better over the last month?
Well, we had a little break, and that was a good opportunity for me to kind of get away and kind of have some family time and see some friends. But we came back and got some good work in and focused on some of those, key things that could ultimately make or break this season.
Has your dad given you any advice that particularly resonated with you coming into this game?
My dad giving me advice on this game? Nah. He always tells me that he's been 18 years old. I haven't been, his age. And he played D lineman and he played at Howard Payne in college, but he always tells me I've never been through none of this. He's never been in my shoes. He's never done the things that I'm doing now. So for him to give me advice on that, I mean, he hadn't been through it yet, so he's not going to go through it. But
thanks, Jalen.
Jalen, you said yesterday that you room with Calvin Hurts, correct?
that's my roommate at the school.
Okay. Well, what's he like all the way from the field?
He's a character. He's funny. We have a good relationship, man. That Calvin's one of those guys where I'll be cool with probably for the rest of my life, because that's the type of person he is. He's a cool guy.
How has that helped you guys on the field when you guys are playing?
Well, when you talk off the field and on the field relationships, I mean, that's a friend. I mean, we don't get too caught up in all that stuff. He's my roommate.
How has it felt to see how he's been able to play this season? I mean,
He's
this year, and then before here, it seems like
he's
he takes the house.
a baller. Like I said about Stewart, you don't know what it is, but he has it, and he's a special talent.
For you, how it's helped to have two receivers who you think has it between Stewart and Calvin?
You saying what?
How has it helped to have two receivers who, as you say, have it?
I mean, it's been very helpful because, you always have trust and confidence in the guys that you're throwing the ball to, just as they have trust and confidence in me, even when I'm not, playing as they know I can.
Hey Jalen, we're from Chick-fil-A. We have a couple questions for you.
Hi. So can I just have you state what your favorite Chick-fil-A meal is?
Put you on the spot.
I don't know.
Okay, what's your favorite sauce?
Sauce? Probably ranch, I guess. You ranch on everything.
On everything?
Not everything, but, a good amount of things.
How many chicken nuggets can you eat at one time?
Actually, in high school, I had like a chicken nugget eating contest at like the local Chick-fil-A against our rivalry school, North Shore, and it was me versus their quarterback, and he beat me. I think we had to eat like 35, or I ate 35. He ate more than me. I don't know how it was, but I lost. I wasn't eating fast enough.
And can you give a good luck message to our Make-A-Wish girl, Andy, who's performing during the game?
Good luck, Andy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jalen, as you look at this past season, from game number 1 to going into game number 13, how much has the game slowed down for you?
I think it slowed down a lot. It slows down, by every rep you get. With opportunity comes. When opportunity comes and you get to play, it slows down naturally.
When you look at the areas that you need to improve upon the most, what are they?
Right now, I say ball security. I mean, I'm not too big on turning the ball over. I don't like turning the ball over, but I don't think anybody does. But I hate it. I may not show it, but it's like this meme somewhere. It's like Jalen Hurts when he throws an interception, Jalen Hurts when he throws a touchdown, when he fumbles, when he does this, and it's just a straight face.
Jalen, what is it like to be the quarterback at the University of Alabama as a true freshman? I mean, Joe Namath once told me it's the hardest position to play in college football is be the quarterback at the University of Alabama. You came in as an 18-year-old and been able to handle that responsibility, that pressure on the back of your shoulders. What's it like from your perspective?
I mean, it's a life changer, definitely. Since I've been named, the guy here, my life has changed so much. I mean, we talk about the fan love I get, and really just the fan love, and how people look at me, and it's like I'm a celebrity. 6 months ago, I was just this local town Houston kid that people from the city of Houston knew and recognized. But it's like now, with me being on the stage and doing the things I'm doing with my guys on the field, it's like everybody recognizing my face. So that's pretty cool.
Did anyone give you advice with how to handle that? Like any other quarterbacks reach out, or guys who played as true freshmen reach out about how to handle either the playing time or the jump in fame or all of that?
I mean, I guess Blake Sims, he kind of told me, just handle your business, stay grounded. But I mean, when you talk to people, the main thing about all this stuff is stay humble and just continue to handle your business.
Jalen, did you automatically, when you step into the program, do you feel that pressure of winning a national championship every single year? I mean, do you feel that as a player?
There's no pressure. It all comes down to how you play each and every week.
But I mean, the goals every single year are the same.
It is, but there's no pressure. You just have to play. You gotta have fun. You can't have fun when you have pressure.
Do you have fun?
I try to.
Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Last year, you were mimicking Deshaun Watson during the college football playoff. That's correct, right? How did that sort of help prepare you for
I got a head start doing that. I think we had played Manville probably like 3 weeks before I came, and I came in. They asked me to do so, and I came in, moved in early, and I guess they thought I gave them a good look, and I felt as if my job was complete.
How much did that sort of help you going through spring practice and fall practice and eventually winning?
Like I said, that extra edge it gave me, the early factor of getting that experience in and getting to see how how college defense moves around, and probably the best at the time, the best defense in the country. I mean, coming in and practicing against them, it was good. I remember Jay Reed and Reuben Foster thudded me up a few times, and I got introduced to it, but man, it all helped.
What's the first thing that jumps out at you when you look at the tape on the Washington defense?
They're ball hawks, and they move fast. They're crafty. They do what they do well, so we're going to have our hands full.
Any individual matchups you're looking at that you might be able to exploit against them?
No. They're all good.
Jalen, coming as a true freshman, how did you go about trying to sort of make it your team, or like not the only player out there, but like how do you make it sort of your huddle? How do you command a huddle when you're coming as a true freshman?
I just think that people let you lead. People lead because others let you lead. You can't just come in and, it doesn't work like that. So I think that's more of a deal with my teammates. Just, okay, well, this is the guy. We're going to let him do him. We're going to let him be himself and lead us.
Did you have that in your mind, though? I mean, was that something you thought? Did you consciously think, like, okay, I need to figure out how to sort of be a leader on this team, even though there's so many great players on it already?
You can't force leadership. That comes naturally.
Here with Alabama freshman quarterback Jalen Hurts. My man, first, we've heard people describe your season in 100,000 different ways. How would you describe what you've accomplished this year?
It's all been exciting, and this whole process, you have to stay, grounded and stay humble with it. But it's all been, words can't describe it. I mean, it's nice.
When did you feel like you'd arrived in college football?
When I arrived, my presence. I don't know. That's up for y'all to decide. I just go out on Saturdays and play.
When you look back at this season, there were several landmark moments, but the one that many of your teammates mentioned is that Ole Miss sack. As you're going back to the sideline, what are you thinking right there?
How do I respond? You know, can't nut up now. You got to go play.
All right, man. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Guys.
Nothing this.
I got a long time.
What's that?
So I got a long time.
Yeah, you do. So in high school, your high school, how big of a high school was it?
We were 6A. In the biggest, we were in the biggest classification, but we didn't necessarily have the kids that everybody else had. A lot of schools had more talent than us, had bigger guys, but we went to work with what we had.
And your dad was your dad the head coach?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Your dad, is he still coaching now?
Mm-hmm.
You got brothers or sisters?
I have an older brother. He's the quarterback at TSU, and I have a younger sister. She's 12. She's in the 6th grade.
And you're lifting, so I know you're big into lifting too.
I'd say so. I mean, it's just something I kind of got into. You know, my brother did it. I think his junior or sophomore year, because my dad's the powerlifting coach.
Yeah.
And he did it, and he was like, "Well, your brother did it, so you're gonna have to do it." I'm like, "All right, I'll do it." And that's when we realized I was kind of strong. And recruiting season was coming around, and it's like, well, I'm gonna live because I know other quarterbacks around the nation aren't doing this.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of give myself that extra, check mark. Oh, well, he does this, just to do it, and I ended up being good at it.
When did you start lifting?
I started lifting my sophomore year, and I couldn't do it my senior year because I came early, but I did it my sophomore year, and I think I went to regionals, and my junior year came back and was like, okay, well, we wanna do this for real, and I ended up putting some big weight on my back and deadlifting a good amount of weight, and ended up going to state. I don't know when what I finished in state, but just for a quarterback to go to the state powerlifting meet, that's incredible.
Yeah. And so is there a combination of lifts and powerlifting that you do?
Well, you do the bench press, you do the squat, and you do the deadlift.
So what'd you think the first time you met Coach Cochran?
Well, Coach Schumann, he's at Georgia now. Coach Schumann had came to see me. He was the first person to come see me. And he's like, well, this guy's for real. And whenever I came to visit for the first time, I came to visit Alabama. Coach Cox like, no, I'm walking with one of the coaches, and they're like, well, there goes Coach Cox. And he just turns around and starts yelling, my man. I haven't met the guy yet, but he had heard about the lifting and stuff, so I guess he was excited. But he's been really good this far.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's an awesome guy. That's funny.
Hey, Jalen, Doug Simmons with Chick-fil-A. How you doing today?
Doing good.
Good, thanks. Tell me this. What is your most memorable experience about this?
Well, yesterday I said Popeyes, but I guess that wasn't a good look with me being at the Chick-fil-A Bowl. But I say yesterday at the Hall of Fame, the College Football Hall of Fame, that was pretty cool to see our players having a good time up there, seeing the characters we have. That was pretty cool.
Gotcha. Saturday morning, you put it on your headset. What are you listening to?
Saturday morning, before the game?
Yes.
Well, since high school, I've been listening to the same song by Meek Mill, "They Don't Love You No More," and I like to listen to "I'm a Boss" by Meek Mill as well. Meek Mill gets me right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. much for your time.
No problem.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jalen, talk to a lot of your teammates today and this week. They talk about kind of practice being direct reference from Jonathan Allen. Now, when you got here, and obviously knowing what you're going up against, what was that transition like? Like, oh my God, this is going to be my day to day.
Are you asking?
I guess how is practice? Is that an accurate representation of kind of what you guys go through to get ready for the game?
Well, all the other guys, everybody else says I have it easy because I'm a quarterback. But I mean, as a quarterback at practice, you have to make sure everybody's, into it. Everybody's doing their job, moving around, flying around, so we make the old man happy.
Steve Sarkisian comes on, obviously, worked with him a few months as an offensive mind, having, and again, this will expound in the years to come. What is your impressions of kind of the impact he's going to have?
I'm just anxious to see what he brings and how he handles everything. I know he has a great track record, and I'm anxious to see what he does with somebody that has my skill set. So it'll be interesting.
Have you talked to him at all about what that would look like, or are you guys kind of waiting until that time comes?
Not just yet. We're just focused on this game and trying to finish the season as strong as we can.
For you, though, knowing that you're basically in good hands, you've got another guy that has similar philosophies, knowing that kind of what you want to do, how comforting is that even though your coach is leaving, you can hopefully pick up in a similar point?
No, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. I mean, I have nothing wrong with it. I know he's capable of doing good. I just want to see it for myself,
What do you see from Taylor Rapp, number 21, defensive back?
He's a ball hawk. I mean, he's that safety guy, very deep back there, and I said he can play. They all can play. So we just have to try and execute our job, and they're all good.
It's kind of unique that you as a freshman quarterback and him as a freshman defensive back.
I was intrigued when I first saw the depth chart and saw that he was a true freshman. I think he's an freshman All-American. But that was cool for me to see because he was so young. But just got to go out there and play.
Do you feel that college players are getting to play earlier now?
Nah, I feel the best play. If you're needed to play, you'll play. I think it's that simple.
You said it was intriguing, but at the same time, are you just not surprised knowing yourself,
That with me playing?
With him, like, from what you went through and the confidence you have in yourself, is it almost like not surprising seeing him do it too?
Well, if he's one of the best on their team, then I guess it's not surprising. I mean, obviously he must be one of the best if he's playing, starting.
Jalen, have you thought about, you think about Alabama, you think about its legacy, some of the quarterbacks that this program has produced. Have you thought about yet, your place being in that line of some of those guys?
No, that's probably the last thing on my mind. It's like I get these magazines. I think I'm on 2 Sports Illustrated, and I get all those things. I get pictures of myself and all this stuff that could be framed and all that. I'm like, well, I don't want to frame that right now. That's something you save for later on in life, and all that legacy stuff, you save that for later. I still got business to take care of.
Is it when you see those magazines and the pictures and all that stuff? Does it kind of feel a little surreal, considering what they mentioned being a true freshman, and last year you were in high school, now you're in this spot?
For me, it's kind of like, well, wow, that's cool, and just kind of move on. I don't know. That's just how I am. Other people are kind of be like, wow. And my brother the other day when I went home, he's like, wow, but you really own this. And for me, it's like, well, yeah, I am, and
Do you ever take a few moments?
that's that.
Do you ever take a few moments to just enjoy it though, to kind of be like, well, I am the quarterback at Alabama. Like, it's kind of fun a little bit.
It's fun, but I guess I can enjoy it whenever my career ends.
What about sports nutrition? How important is the food that you guys put into your bodies?
Miss Amy does a great job. That's our nutritionist, and she does a great job of making sure we, have all the good things we need in our bodies. And she always gets on me for not drinking water. I need to drink more. And they have like this recovery drink that we have when we walk out the building, and she always gets mad because I don't ever take it. But I took one yesterday, but I don't tell nobody. I was trying to be hard about it.
So what's your ideal cheat day?
Well, she lets me slide all the time. Like, she'll take us grocery shopping, and we'll go get, like, I ask her, can I get bacon or something? I can eat bacon, but the big guys up front, they can't eat bacon. So she lets me get a few snacks that.
Can you eat as much as the big guys?
Oh no.
How much do they eat?
They eat too much.
Do they ever give you a hard time about the bacon though? I mean, are they jealous?
Well, I think when we have brunch in the mornings, like lately we've had bacon, turkey sausage alternates.
Do you get into the zone, and how do you do this to maintain the concentration and the calmness that you have? What is it that you see in your mind?
I mean, I just see it as being myself, being Jalen Hurts. That's just the demeanor I have. I've always had it, and I think when I came to college, in high school, you know, I know I was the same in high school, but you know, when I got to this level, people started to realize like that's how he is, and why is he like this? But I've always been that way.
How do you do that, and what do you see in your mind? What's going through your mind to keep you that calm? You know, some people have yoga or meditation or things like that. Do you see something?
It's nothing discreet. I mean, it's just me being myself.
What's the best piece of advice you've gotten from an upperclassman?
I can't answer that. It's you talk to so many people every day. It's like, you know, some stuff sticks and some stuff doesn't.
And tell me, I thought it was interesting after the LSU game, you waited outside the locker room for Coach Saban. Is that something you typically do? You two walk in together? Is that a routine kind of thing?
No, but it's just kind of one of those moments. And I mean, that was a great team win. But I just wanted to do that out of respect for him and, you know, not giving up on me.
How do you feel like your relationship has grown with him? Do you feel like you've gotten closer over the course of the season and got to know what he wants and who he is better?
Yes. I mean, we meet on Sundays and talk about, you know, what he thinks can be better, and even talk about the other things. I mean,
like what?
No, we always talk about how my dad has done this and done that for me, and you know, for me being a coach's kid, coming here was different for me because I didn't have that dad. My dad was no longer the coach, so when I came, I'm like, well, I want to build that relationship with somebody. And Coach Saban kind of bought into that, and he's been rocking with me ever since.
You obviously got to spend time with him throughout the recruiting process, but what in the process of getting to know him has surprised you about his personality?
Well, everybody thinks he's mean for some reason. I don't know why. He's a cool guy to me.
He says that he can be blunt with you about your play and be a little bit hard on you because you can take it. Is that something you always wanted from him? And how long did it take for that to become a comfort level that you guys could talk bluntly about it?
Well, being blunt with somebody, for a coach to be blunt with one of the players, I guess that's called, you know, good coaching.
Yeah.
And that's why he is the person he is. You know, my dad was the same way. You know, I came into college knowing that I've been coached. I mean, my dad coached me.
Yeah.
You know, he coached me. So when Coach Saban is, you know, chewing me out or being blunt with me, you know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna take it and go.
It's one of those conversations, one of those getting chewed out and stand out more than others.
Man. I don't let that get to me. I just take it and fix it.
Yeah.
Jalen, Cooper said something that you had the same composure when it was 0-0 in Death Valley than when you did when you were up like 50 to something against USC. How do you stay that composed?
That's just me being the person I am. I mean, it's nothing that triggers it. It's just kind of natural.
Do you ever walk into these places like, man, this is like the first time I've ever been in here or anything? I mean, it doesn't seem to bother you on the field. I'm just wondering what it's like adjusting to your first time to Tiger Stadium or your first time in an Iron Bowl.
Well, when we played USC in Dallas, I'm like, I never played in Dallas in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. So when I walked in at first, I'm like, wow. And that was the first time ever doing anything in a venue like that. And walking to that stadium, I'm like, it's pretty impressive. Then stepping on the field, it's like, okay, well, the field's still the same length, still the same width, so let's play.
After that snap where you fumbled the ball at USC, I think it was like one of the first snaps, how have you just greatly improved from that point to now? And do you look back at that and say that was just a fluke?
Well, over the course of the season, I have improved. Just that comes naturally though. Just getting by getting a feel for the game. But I'm sure many people thought I was done with after I fumbled the ball, and my teammates didn't give up on me, my coaches didn't. So that's pretty much all that matters to me. Man, it's been really good this far.
What makes Calvin Ridley so good?
His ability to make plays. I mean, he can get open. He's hard to cover, and he's dangerous, just like our Darius, just like all of our receivers. Dangerous with the ball in their hand. A lot of yak, yards after catch.
What's the most impressive play you've ever seen O.J. Howard make?
This year, or
whenever, on a basketball court, whatever.
Basketball court. Nah, I like the slant. One of those years versus LSU, he took a slant to the house. That was pretty impressive. Because I think he was a freshman. Was he a freshman? I think he was a freshman, and he took that to the house. I'm like, wow, big boy can go.
The first time I saw Hurts play, it was your older brother play.
When was that?
I covered Alabama State and Texas Southern.
Okay.
I was just like, how much are y'all alike? What was growing up together like, I guess?
I mean, we're all different. He doesn't have the same demeanor I have, but growing up with him has been, I've learned a lot from him because I was that ball boy when my dad was coaching him, his 4 years there, or 3 year, whatever. And I learned from that, the things he did, I learned not to do. And I take what he did good, I take what he did bad and not do it. But I learned a lot from him and his career.
So you're more the perfectionist because you've seen the bad things he does.
Yeah, that's just like, the older brother the older sibling always wants the one after them to do better than they did. Just like your parents, typically a parent would want their kids to do better than them. That's just the nature of the beast.
Y'all follow each other real well? I mean, his season's over now, but I mean, during the course of the season, I know you went down to watch him in Montgomery, Virginia, I think. So y'all follow each other pretty closely.
Mm-hmm.
So what was his season like from an observer?
Well, just like me, he didn't start the first game. I just got the opportunity to play, and their starting quarterback in game one had got hurt. So, when your phone rings, you got to answer. And he answered, and he finished the season as strong as he could. He battled some injuries, but I'm happy to see him, go out like he did. And I think he's playing a bowl game in Virginia, like on the 9th of January, or one of those days.
So what kind of advice, or I'm sure he pulls you aside and says, brother, you don't need to be doing this or something. What kind of advice or what kind of talks has he given you during the course of the year?
I mean, he's usually the one giving me advice because I probably ask, just not on football, not always football, just on daily things that we experience in life. But, you know, he probably doesn't ask for advice as much as I do, but he only asks unless he really, you know, is curious about it, I guess.
His defense has changed a little, and I guess probably after LSU, but his defense has kind of tightened up on you running a little bit. I mean, have they changed anything so, because you don't seem to be running wide as much as you were, or it doesn't seem to be open. And I just wondered if they were changing anything on you as
the defenses.
Yeah.
I mean, probably. I don't know.
Okay. I just didn't know whether it just looked like you weren't able to run as much wide as you were doing.
Jalen, you know, I'm sure you've been asked this question a lot, but being a true freshman, you know, #1 team in the country, managing to accomplish what you guys have at this point, what is it like being in that position, doing that at such a young age?
It's all cool, I guess. No, God will never put you in something that you can't handle. And here I am, you know, experiencing all this stuff with my guys, and it's all a blessing. I'm happy and blessed that I get to experience all this good stuff.
And one of those experiences now, too, is going to be playing here. It's going to be the last college football game here at the Georgia Dome. What is it like, and what does it mean to you to be able to be a part of something like that?
I'd never go wrong with being a part of history. To go down in record books and the history books, you know, that's all a blessing as well. I'm looking forward to Saturday.
And now this one a little bit of a different step back from football. Yesterday you said Popeyes was one of the big highlights of the trip so far. Have you topped that yet? If not, what is it that you're looking forward to grabbing some food for?
I ate Popeyes last night as well, so guess I'm just a chicken freak.
You get any Chick-fil-A stuff while you're out here?
A lot of that.
Yeah. How's that compared to the Popeyes?
Chick-fil-A is good.
Popeyes is going to cook #1.
Popeyes is good too. I'm not gonna say who's best.